Good morning, Los Angeles. Today is just another great day where I have to get into some bug business. As you guys know, I have had some issues with termites and all these crazy bugs that I'm a little bit new to. I usually haven't had this much pest problems. I'm usually pretty clean. But because I live in a very old house, these are the issues I gotta deal with. And today, I gotta go up there. Recently we've had some cockroach issues and I'm not really sure where they're coming from, most likely from the ground, but I just want to do a quick check and put these sticky traps along with some cockroach bait in case there is some. And in the past there was this board that always was infested with termites. It was always getting eaten, and I just want to kind of look at that and make sure that there's nothing too crazy with it. I want to make sure it's okay. So we're gonna climb up here and see what's happening. That's our little hole. Hopefully nothing pops up or I hear a crazy noise. Take that off. And at first glance, it usually appears to be pretty dark. But as you can see, it's not too dark. It's just really hot up here. Last time, the way that I could kind of tell there was a termite issue over here is I could see termite poop everywhere. If you guys don't know what termite poop looks like, it's basically like, it looks like sawdust actually. I'm pretty sure there's a mixture of sawdust in there because they'd be eating the wood. You'll basically see like piles of sawdust. This is the wood that was eaten. And as you can see, it's pretty tore up. It's pretty nasty. But I don't see any termite poop or droppings. And I'm gonna just look in this and see if there's any like termites that pop out, but I actually don't see any. You guys can see that, it's kind of gross. That is the board, and typically if it was being eaten, there'd be lots of poop. You guys can actually see there's a little bit of poop, but that might be from a long time ago. As you guys might notice, there's like these little white, there's like a white residue on a lot of this wood. About a couple months ago, I went up here and I did this treatment. You can actually see it really better. I basically took a mixture of borax and water, hot water, and I mixed it together and I basically sprayed it on all the wood up here. And supposedly what that's supposed to do is treat the wood so that number one, the bugs won't eat it. It makes it so they just can't eat it. Like if they eat it, they die. I just want to walk around here and actually show you guys these old sticky traps. These are some termites known as swarmers, but these aren't the ones that eat your house. These are the ones that basically mate and then they go and make their own colony. And basically after they do mate, they go find a home in the ground, start their own colony, and then you got even more termite problems. So dealing with that was kind of scary for me. So I'm just going around checking these traps, and I'm actually gonna put a couple more traps out with the bait. I see a scary spider. That's scary. The places that we've been having these cockroach issues have been in the bathroom and also in the kitchen, because cockroaches like moist environments. But I'm gonna put some sticky traps with bait over here. This is right by the kitchen. I believe the sink is over there and the bathroom is right here. So I'm just gonna put a couple sticky traps up here, and in case cockroaches live up here. I don't think they do, because typically they're in the moist environment. This is like a, I don't know, this is like a sauna right now. This is the sticky trap. They come onto the sticky trap and they die because they get stuck here. If you accidentally step on this, you're pretty much screwed because you're also gonna be stuck on there. This is Avion cockroach bait. Pretty much you put little tablets and little dabs on the ground, and then cockroaches eat it and then they die. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you on this sticky trap. I'm gonna put little beads like so. Just put a couple little beads, and the cockroaches come and eat it, and then they die. The reason why this bait is effective versus like me just spraying them, they actually go back to their nest and they feed the other cockroaches and they all die, versus like if I just put a bunch of spray out, the only ones that die are the ones that go on the spray. So this works a little bit better, especially if you have like an infestation of cockroaches. I don't know if I have an infestation. I just noticed them in the bathroom, which I'm not super happy about, because I like to shower and brush my teeth in peace, and these guys just be running around scaring me. You want to kind of put it in a corner. So look around, I see a little corner there because they tend to crawl on the walls. You're gonna put it right in that little corner right there. Maybe they'll come and eat it and die. That's the plan. I think this is legit. I'm gonna crawl my way back out of this place. And we are out of here. Ugh. Today I got one last treatment that I'm really wanting to do. I got this box from Amazon because I ordered Termidor. And this is basically what a lot of pest control people will do when they do spot treatments at your house. This is probably not the same product, but it supposedly works just as good, especially when you know you could pinpoint where the termites are. This is what you want to do. So in one of the rooms, termites be coming through the floor. So I'm gonna go over there and I'm actually gonna do a wall treatment. I've already done some of it, but I've noticed there's this one part that I missed. All right, so my room's a little bit messy, but assisting me today is the Termidor foam. I got a face mask, some patch and paint. I got a screw gun, and I got a drill bit. And most importantly, I got this vacuum that I found on the street. So I'll take my drill bit. When I've done this in the past, I've measured it. So I measure hole, as you can see, and hole. 16 inches on center. So you kind of want to look at where your posts are. So we have a post, it's a 2x4. And then the next 2x4 is gonna be 16 inches over. So we're gonna do right in the middle. Since this isn't too important to be exact, because I just basically wanna get here because the termites are basically somewhere in the wood right here. I kinda wanna just get that. If you guys do this at home, you also want to be sure that you're not drilling right above like a power outlet, because you will drill into some electricity and mess up your house. The next step is we basically want to hook up our Termidor to the wall. So we want to hook up this into that hole. That's why we had to kind of make sure the hole was a little bit bigger so that it fits in there. This is actually an old bottle. It really doesn't have that much left in it, but I'm gonna try to use it all up here. If it doesn't fill it up, I'm gonna use the other one. You wanna really stuff it in there, because if you don't, it's gonna lash back at you and spray everywhere and make a mess. And then you spray. And as you can see, there's a slight residue. You wanna make sure you clean that up well, especially if it gets onto your house. Like I said, this stuff is very poisonous, so you don't want it around yourself or your kids. So I'm gonna go throw this away. So as you can see, there's a little residue on there. I'm not really sure. There wasn't really a ton of stuff in that bottle of Termidor. So I'm actually going to use the new bottle and put a little bit more just to kind of seal the deal. This literally right here, there's been a lot of termite issues. As you can see, I kind of patched it, but this literally, I touched it one day and it just started cracking like a cracker, just like crack, 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 crack. This wall scares me. So I'm gonna put a little bit more just to to kind of seal the deal. Make sure that this is properly treated. All of this is already treated, like this whole window. Also, this poison, it's not it doesn't kill them instantly. So basically the idea is they touch the poison, they just literally walk by it, and then they go to their colony and they infect the colony and they all die slowly. So let me grab this other bottle and fill up this wall. Also, once you guys do this, you want to hold it in the hole because it's a foam. It expands. So sometimes if you just take it out right away, a bunch of foam is gonna leak out. So you kind of want to like let it sit there for a while, let it get comfortable, let it mix around, and then it'll kind of like, once it expands, it like holds that form. And so it'll go up in the wall or wherever it needs to, and you don't gotta worry, but hold it there for a little bit because you don't want that foam getting all over your house. So now that we've treated the wall, I'm gonna clean that up in a second, but I wanna let this sit for about 10 minutes, let that stuff like soak in and dry out a little bit. And then after that, I'm gonna seal the wall real nicely. Okay, so I'll be back in 15 minutes. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes. I'm now going to seal this hole with this patch stuff. If you guys aren't familiar with this, typically you will get this at your hardware store, and if you want to paint your house and you got like some holes from like drilling and whatnot, you basically get a little bit, like you don't even need that much, you get a little bit. I'm actually, because there is poison in there, I'm gonna get a lot to try to stuff it in there. But typically you get a little bit and you just patch the hole and then you can paint over it. Sometimes if it's a small enough hole, you don't need to, but in our case, we need to really make sure that it's in there. So try to really stuff it in there. This is actually a really crappy little trowel. You wanna basically put some on there and then stuff it. So get some on there, stuff it. Squeegee it off. Stuff it in there, squeegee it off, stuff it in there. You could actually, if you really want to, you could just stuff it in there with your finger if you don't have a trowel. But again, be careful because you did just have a bunch of poison in that hole. And then if you don't have a trowel, again, you just take a piece of wood or a ruler or something. You want to just smooth it off. You don't want to have a rough wall. People are just like,
hey, what happened to that wall?
So that was another episode of the daily life of Vincanity, the pest control guy. I'm going to put this stuff away and take a shower because I feel pretty dirty, hot, and sweaty. Thank you guys for watching, and join me next time, hopefully while I'm doing something fun and not trying to kill bugs. Hope you guys enjoy this episode. Peace.